clear signs that there is an evil person next to you. Stoicism. There comes a pivotal moment in life when you start to reevaluate those around you, questioning whether your circle truly prioritizes your well-being. That unsettling sensation in your gut, the tension that arises in the presence of certain individuals, the inexplicable energy that feels off, these are all quiet alerts. You may struggle to articulate it, yet you instinctively know something feels amiss. That profound sense of discomfort serves as your inner guide. It signals that not everyone who greets you with a smile is a true friend, and not all offers of assistance stem from noble intentions. Many of us have learned painful lessons about trust and betrayal throughout our lives. Often the most dangerous individuals are not the overt threats, but those standing right beside you, concealing their true selves behind a carefully crafted facade. They may charm, manipulate, and exploit you while masquerading as supportive allies. Yet beneath their sugary words and friendly actions lurk envy, deceit, and malice. Such people can gradually sap your energy, diminish your spirit, and leave you questioning your own worth. They disguise their motives so effectively that by the time you unveil their true nature, the harm has already been inflicted. Hey buddy, if you haven't hit the red button or the bell icon yet, please do. Support my efforts and subscribe to Stoic Motive now. But here's the uplifting part: you need not fall prey to their schemes. You don't have to navigate blindly into the traps set by those with dark intentions. You possess the ability to identify these individuals for who they truly are, and once you do, you can shield yourself, reclaim your tranquility, and eliminate their toxic presence from your life. The wisdom of Stoicism provides timeless insights for recognizing such people. It encourages you to rely on reason and observation rather than emotion, enabling you to see through the veneer of deception. Through Stoic principles, you can cultivate the clarity needed to detect manipulation and malice, allowing you to act swiftly and with purpose. Accepting that someone close to you may harbor harmful intentions is challenging. Confronting the truth that their subtle or overt actions have been undermining you is even more difficult. This could be a friend who consistently undermines your achievements with backhanded compliments, a family member who employs guilt and manipulation to steer your choices, or a colleague who appears helpful but secretly plots against you. Identifying these patterns is the crucial first step toward liberating yourself from their influence. You've likely encountered someone whose presence left you feeling exhausted, confused, or uneasy after every interaction. These are not mere coincidences or misunderstandings. The energy you experience is genuine and often serves as a clear signal that something is amiss. The Stoics held that peace of mind is among life's greatest virtues, and safeguarding it is vital. When someone disrupts that peace, it suggests their intentions may not align with your best interests. One of the essential teachings of Stoicism is to focus on what lies within your control. While you can't change others, you can determine how you respond to them. You cannot compel someone to behave with kindness or integrity, but you can insulate yourself from their negativity and toxic impact. By cultivating the ability to observe others' actions with a calm and rational perspective, you'll start to discern behavior patterns that reveal their true character. This clarity becomes your protective shield, allowing you to step back, evaluate situations, and act in ways that preserve your inner peace. There's no need to confront these individuals with anger or frustration. That's precisely what they desire. They thrive on chaos and emotional upheaval because it gives them power over you. Instead, Stoicism encourages you to maintain your composure and not grant them the satisfaction of dictating your emotions. When you transcend their tactics, you strip them of their power, demonstrating that their games hold no sway over you, thus regaining control of your life. It's painful to acknowledge that someone you care for may be causing you harm, whether intentionally or not. However, the reality is that some individuals are motivated by envy, bitterness, and a desire to witness others' failures. They mask their true feelings behind smiles, while their words and actions gradually erode your confidence and joy. The Stoics believe that genuine happiness arises from within, and no external force should be permitted to take that away from you. This is why recognizing the warning signs early and taking action before they inflict lasting harm is crucial. One of the toughest challenges can be letting go. We often cling to toxic relationships, hoping for change or fearing the loneliness that may follow. Yet Stoicism teaches us that clinging to negativity only ensnares us in suffering. It's far more beneficial to walk away in search of peace than to remain in a painful situation. When you learn to distance yourself from those who jeopardize your well-being, you create space for healthier connections, relationships grounded in respect, kindness, and mutual support. There's an old adage that states, when someone shows you who they are, believe them. This principle encapsulates Stoic wisdom. People can conceal their true nature only for a limited time before their actions reveal them. Pay close attention to how they impact your feelings, the energy they bring into your life, and the subtle signs that unveil their genuine intentions. If you frequently feel uneasy or drained after being with someone, it's time to heed that inner voice and take action. The Stoics remind us that life is too brief to spend it alongside those who wish us harm. Surround yourself with individuals who uplift you, encourage your growth, and bring tranquility to your life. If someone does the opposite, bringing conflict, stress, and negativity, then it's time to create some distance. This isn't an act of cruelty, but rather one of self-preservation. Your peace of mind is invaluable, and it deserves protection. Ultimately, it's about recognizing your own worth. You deserve to be around those who support your journey, not those who secretly wish for your failure. You are entitled to honor relationships built on honesty and integrity, rather than manipulation and deceit. Once you begin applying Stoic wisdom to your relationships, you'll gain clarity about who truly belongs in your life and who does not. This journey may be challenging and could involve tough choices. However, in the long run, you'll discover freedom from the toxic energy that weighs you down, freedom from the manipulation that clouds your judgment, and freedom from the emotional burden of trying to change those who resist change. You possess the strength to safeguard your peace, to eliminate harmful influences, and to live a life rooted in wisdom and clarity. The signs are all around you. All it takes is for you to open your eyes, trust your instincts, and take action. Your future self will be grateful for it. When confronted with dishonesty, there's often a subtle tension in the atmosphere. Words don't align with actions and promises feel hollow. You can sense this dissonance, even if you struggle to articulate what's wrong. There's a quiet discomfort in interacting with someone who lacks honesty, yet their charm or seemingly benign demeanor keeps you. Deceptive individuals are adept at concealing their true intentions, but with heightened awareness, you can peel back the layers of deceit that lie beneath their smooth talk and amiable facade. Stoicism provides timeless insights that enhance your ability to detect dishonesty, equipping you to shield yourself from those who seek to manipulate. It teaches you to rely on careful observation and rational thought rather than emotions. In a world filled with distractions and misleading appearances, clarity of mind becomes your most potent ally. Dishonest individuals often reveal themselves through subtle, seemingly trivial signs. It's not merely about what they say, but how they communicate, the inconsistencies in their narratives, the brief hesitations before responding, and their eagerness to offer reassurances with words rather than actions. Recognizing these cues requires patience, but once you become aware of them, they become unmistakable. Dishonest people rely on others to overlook these signals, counting on your kindness, your desire to avoid confrontation, and your inclination to give them the benefit of the doubt. However, the Stoic mindset encourages you to observe without prejudice, to absorb the facts as they are, not as you wish them to be. A person's true character is revealed through their consistent behavior, regardless of their attempts to hide it. While words can be manipulated, actions carry the real weight. If someone's actions don't align with their words, the truth is often found in what they do rather than what they say. I know you watch a lot of videos, but I put in extensive research to create content that truly resonates. If this journey has touched your heart, I invite you to subscribe and join our community. Share in the comments which habit resonates with you the most. Your insights could inspire someone else on their path. If you believe these ideas can make a difference, please like and share this video. Let's spread the message of self-discovery and resilience together. Remember, every step we take is a step toward our true selves. I'm here for you, and together we can grow. One of the fundamental lessons of Stoicism is the value of consistency. A truthful and dependable person will exhibit alignment between their words and actions. When someone is deceitful, that consistency unravels. One moment they pledge loyalty, and the next, their actions contradict that commitment. They may say one thing to one person and something entirely different to another, hoping no one catches the discrepancies. Yet, a person rooted in Stoic wisdom won't be easily misled by polished words or hollow promises. Instead, they focus on patterns, vigilant for moments when the facade slips, even if just briefly. A Stoic learns to detach from the emotional allure of charm and charisma, often tools of a deceiver. They employ charm to distract you, to make you feel valued or unique, all while concealing their true intentions. But charm is superficial. It dissipates when you begin to scrutinize the deeper truths. Stoic wisdom enables you to look beyond the surface, allowing you to concentrate on what truly matters, the integrity of a person's character. And when that integrity is absent, no amount of charm can obscure it. In addition to inconsistencies in charm, dishonest individuals often depend on others not questioning their statements. They create a false sense of urgency or pressure, making you feel rushed and unable to reflect on the situation. This tactic aims to prevent you from noticing the discrepancies in their narrative. However, the Stoic approach encourages you to slow down, taking a moment to pause and think before reacting. This brief interlude allows you to observe more carefully, ask insightful questions, and recognize when things don't align. Dishonesty frequently accompanies excuses and justifications. A deceiver will always have an explanation for their actions, why they failed to fulfill a promise, misled you about a situation, or didn't keep their word. They are quick to shift blame, attributing their behavior to circumstances or other people, never fully owning their actions. Stoicism, on the other hand, emphasizes the importance of personal accountability. A person of integrity acknowledges their mistakes and strives to rectify them, while a dishonest individual deflects blame to evade being caught. You can often spot a dishonest person by their unease with the truth. They might evade direct questions, change the subject, or become defensive when asked for specifics. This discomfort is a red flag, a clear indication that they are hiding something. In contrast, a Stoic remains calm and collected, moving forward with clarity and patience. By posing direct, thoughtful questions and observing their reactions, you can often uncover the truth concealed behind their defensive barriers. Their inability to confront the truth calmly signals that their intentions may not be as sincere as they present. Moreover, dishonesty thrives on confusion. Deceptive individuals construct intricate stories or embellish details to obscure the truth. They weave a web of half-truths and vague explanations, hoping to overwhelm you with so much information that you stop questioning them. However, Stoicism values simplicity and clarity. When faced with such confusion, strip away the extraneous details and focus on the essence of the matter. The truth is often straightforward, while lies tend to be tangled and convoluted. By cutting through the clutter and concentrating on the essentials, you can reveal the deception for what it is. Another common trait of deceitful behavior is projection. Dishonest individuals frequently accuse others of the very behaviors they themselves exhibit. They might claim you're untrustworthy or dishonest, attempting to redirect attention from their own actions. This projection serves as a psychological defense mechanism, but for a Stoic, it acts as another clue. When someone projects their flaws onto others, they often aim to deflect scrutiny from their own conduct. Recognizing this tendency helps you see through their manipulation and remain focused on the truth. Deceptive individuals also exhibit shifting loyalties. They align themselves with whoever offers them the most benefit at any given moment, often changing sides when it suits their interests. They might act as your closest ally one day and betray you the next if it serves their agenda. Stoic wisdom underscores the value of loyalty and integrity. A loyal person remains consistent in their support, even during challenging times. When someone's loyalty fluctuates with changing circumstances, it's a sign they may not be trustworthy. Be wary of those who only appear when they have something to gain from you. The Stoic practice of mindfulness is essential in recognizing dishonesty. Being fully present during interactions allows you to notice subtle signals that might otherwise slip by a fleeting glance, a nervous laugh, a shift in tone. These small, often unconscious cues reveal much more than words alone can convey. The more mindful you are, the better you become at detecting these signs. Stoicism teaches that awareness is crucial not just of your own feelings, but also of the behavior of those around you. This heightened sensitivity helps you see through the deceptions others attempt to conceal. Moreover, Stoicism reminds us that the truth has a way of emerging, no matter how deeply it's buried. Lies require ongoing upkeep, and eventually they falter under the weight of their own intricacy. A Stoic, who remains calm and observant, understands that time is often a powerful ally in revealing deception. By being patient and allowing the truth to surface naturally, you shield yourself from manipulation and misleading influences. There's no need to rush to uncover a lie, just stay alert and let the truth come to light. While dishonesty can be harmful, it can be countered with the clear and rational perspective that Stoicism provides. When you stay rooted in truth, focus on actions rather than words, and exercise patience in seeking clarity, deception loses its grip on you. Once you recognize these signals, you become more adept at safeguarding yourself from the harmful effects of those who would deceive you for their own benefit. After identifying deception, the next step in protecting yourself from harmful individuals is learning to recognize malicious intent. While dishonesty often manifests as lies and manipulation, malicious intent is more insidious, often concealed beneath layers of charm, kindness, or helpfulness. The motivations behind a person's actions ultimately reveal whether they are acting in good faith or are driven by darker, self-serving desires. Stoicism provides a powerful lens to detect these hidden motives, helping us guard against those who may seek to exploit us. By cultivating a calm and focused mindset, we can see beyond the facade and grasp what truly motivates those around us. When someone harbors malicious intent, they rarely reveal their true nature right away. These individuals often seem harmless or even well-meaning initially, but their actions over time tell a different story. They may manipulate others to fulfill their own agendas, create conflicts to distract from their schemes, or subtly undermine those they envy. However well they disguise their intentions, Stoicism equips us with the tools to remain vigilant, detached, and observant, enabling us to sense their true motives before it's too late. One of the most telling indicators of malicious intent is how someone behaves when they believe they are unobserved. Individuals with harmful motives often present a facade of politeness and helpfulness when in public, but their true nature surfaces in private moments. They may belittle or take advantage of those they perceive as powerless, confident that these actions won't tarnish their reputation. Stoicism encourages us to observe people closely not just when they're trying to make a good impression, but when they believe they have nothing to lose. It's in these moments that their true character is revealed. Someone with honorable intentions will treat others with respect at all times, while a person with malicious motives will show their darker side when they feel shielded from scrutiny. Another way to uncover hidden motives is to watch how someone reacts when their plans go awry. Individuals with malicious intent often become irritable or even angry when things don't unfold as they wish. They might lash out, shift blame, or manipulate the situation to regain control. Stoicism teaches that true character emerges during challenging times. A person of integrity will remain calm and composed in the face of adversity, whereas someone driven by selfish interests will struggle to maintain their facade. When their grip on a situation loosens, their true intentions become apparent. It's essential to focus on their actions rather than their words during these moments. Those harboring hidden motives frequently employ emotional manipulation to achieve their aims. They may use guilt, fear, or flattery to influence your decisions or keep you off balance. Emotional manipulation is a powerful tool for those with malicious intent, allowing them to exert control without disclosing their true aims. They may instill a sense of obligation, making you feel indebted to them or responsible for their well-being. Stoicism teaches us to guard against these emotional traps by staying calm and detached. When faced with emotional manipulation, step back and evaluate the situation rationally. Consider whether their requests are reasonable. Are they attempting to make you feel guilty about something you can't control? Are they appealing to your fears or insecurities? By keeping your emotions in check, you can see through their manipulation and regain control of the situation. Another telltale sign of hidden motives is when someone pressures you to make quick decisions. Malicious individuals often create a sense of urgency, making it seem like you must act immediately without careful consideration. This tactic is designed to hinder your ability to reflect, allowing them to push their agenda while obscuring potential red flags. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of patience and thoughtful action. When you feel rushed to make a decision, resist the temptation to act impulsively. Take a moment to step back and reflect. A person with genuine intentions will respect your need for time and space, while someone with ulterior motives will try to hurry you along. The more time you take to evaluate the situation, the better equipped you will be to see through their manipulation. Those with malicious intent are adept at portraying themselves as victims. They twist circumstances to present themselves as wronged or mistreated, seeking sympathy while evading accountability. By positioning themselves as the victim, they manipulate your compassion, making it easier for you to excuse their actions or overlook their flaws. Stoicism advises us to concentrate on facts rather than emotional manipulations. Examine the situation objectively. Are they consistently blaming others for their misfortunes? Do they shirk responsibility for their actions? When someone is perpetually the victim in their narrative, it often indicates that they're using this guise to manipulate others and dodge accountability. True accountability means owning up to one's actions, not shifting blame onto others. Inconsistent behavior is another significant warning sign. A person with malicious intent frequently acts differently in public compared to private settings. They may be overly charming and amicable when in the company of others but turn cold or manipulative when alone. They might show support to those in authority, while undermining those they perceive as less significant. Stoicism teaches us to prioritize consistency and integrity. A person of genuine character will treat everyone with equal respect and kindness, irrespective of who is present. In contrast, someone with ulterior motives will adjust their behavior based on what they hope to gain. Pay close attention to these inconsistencies. They often reveal a person's true intentions more clearly than their words ever could. Projection is another tactic employed by those with malicious motives. They often accuse others of the very behaviors they themselves engage in. For instance, they might claim you are dishonest or manipulative, even though they are the ones displaying those traits. This projection serves to divert attention from their own actions and sow doubt in you. Stoicism teaches us to maintain confidence in our integrity and not be swayed by others' accusations. When someone projects their flaws onto you, it's a sign they are trying to deflect focus from their own misbehavior. Maintain calm trust in your own character and don't allow their accusations to cloud your judgment. Creating confusion is yet another strategy used by those with hidden motives. They might provide mixed signals, vague explanations, or contradictory stories, all designed to keep you off balance. By fostering confusion, they make it more challenging for you to discern their true agenda. Stoicism emphasizes the pursuit of clarity and simplicity in all aspects of life. When faced with confusion, focus on the facts and eliminate unnecessary details. The truth is often straightforward, whereas lies tend to be convoluted and complex. By cutting through the confusion and concentrating on what's genuinely happening, you can unveil the hidden motives behind their actions. Moreover, a person with malicious intent may attempt to isolate you from others, particularly those who might see through their behavior. They might subtly criticize your friends or family, causing you to question their loyalty or intentions. Gradually, they work to create a rift between you and those who care about you, making you more reliant on them. Stoicism highlights the importance of maintaining strong, supportive relationships. Don't let anyone come between you and the people who truly have your best interests at heart. If someone is trying to isolate you, it's often a sign they are seeking greater control over you by severing your support network. Hidden motives often surface in how someone reacts to your achievements. A person with malicious intent may feign happiness for you, yet secretly feel threatened by your success. They might undermine your accomplishments, downplay your victories, or even attempt to take credit for your hard work. Stoicism teaches us to remain anchored in our self-worth, independent of external validation. When someone struggles to genuinely celebrate your achievements, it indicates they prioritize control or superiority over genuine support. True friends and allies will rejoice in your successes without feeling threatened. Another indicator of malicious intent is how someone responds to your boundaries. Individuals with hidden agendas often test your limits, pushing against them to gauge how much control they can exert. They might start with small requests, but their demands can escalate over time. If you assert your boundaries, they may react with guilt, anger, or manipulation. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of maintaining clear boundaries and not allowing others to infringe upon them. A negative reaction to your boundaries is a clear indication that their intentions do not align with your well-being. Those with hidden motives also frequently display shifting loyalties. They may align themselves with whoever offers them the most advantage at the moment, switching allegiances as it suits their needs. They might act as your closest ally one day, only to betray you the next to advance their own agenda. Stoicism teaches us to value loyalty and integrity. A truly loyal person remains consistent in their support, even when it is inconvenient or challenging. If someone's loyalty changes with circumstances, it suggests they may not be trustworthy. Stoicism encourages us to trust our intuition while balancing it with reason. Sometimes you may feel uneasy around someone without knowing precisely why. This discomfort often stems from your subconscious picking up on subtle cues that something is amiss. While rational thought is essential, Stoicism also reminds us to heed our inner signals. When combined with careful observation and logical assessment, your intuition can serve as a valuable tool for recognizing hidden motives. If you consistently feel anxious, manipulated, or off balance in someone's presence, it's wise to scrutinize their behavior and intentions more closely. Malicious intent is rarely overt. It often operates in the shadows, gradually eroding your trust, confidence, and peace of mind. However, with the clarity and wisdom offered by Stoicism, you can identify these hidden motives before they inflict serious harm. By observing behaviors, remaining emotionally detached, and focusing on facts rather than feelings, you can shield yourself from those who seek to manipulate or undermine you. At the core of Stoicism is the belief that you control your own actions and responses, not the actions of others. By living in accordance with virtue and integrity, you can navigate the complexities of human relationships with clarity and strength, ensuring that malicious individuals hold no power over your life. Manipulation often disguises itself as concern or care, making it difficult to detect initially. It infiltrates your life subtly, presenting itself as advice, assistance, or even love. Yet beneath that facade lies a desire for control, someone maneuvering you, using your emotions to bend you to their will. This emotional control can be insidious, feeling like a guiding hand that steers you toward decisions that seem beneficial but may not be. Manipulation revolves around power, and Stoic philosophy provides the insight needed to escape this unseen grip. To detect manipulation, you must first recognize that manipulators rely on emotional triggers. They craft scenarios designed to evoke feelings of guilt, fear, or obligation, making you feel compelled to act in a specific way to avoid discomfort. Grounded in emotional mastery, this approach enables you to step back and observe their tactics without being swept away. When you sense pressure or unease, the first step is to pause. This moment of stillness allows you to evaluate the situation with clarity. Ask yourself, why am I feeling this way? Is there genuine concern behind these emotions, or is there an ulterior motive? Manipulators often wield guilt as a weapon, positioning themselves as victims and making you feel responsible for their happiness. This can manifest as constant reminders of their sacrifices for you, subtly suggesting you owe them something in return. Stoicism teaches that you are not accountable for others' emotions or well-being. Each individual controls their own reactions, and it's neither fair nor just for someone to shift that burden onto you. When you recognize guilt being used as a manipulation tool, take a step back and remind yourself that your actions should be guided by virtue, not by the demands of others. Another prevalent tactic is exploiting your fears. Manipulators often emphasize worst-case scenarios to keep you compliant, suggesting that failing to follow their advice could lead to dire consequences. This instills a paralyzing fear that hinders you from making decisions based on your own reasoning. However, Stoicism teaches that fear is largely an illusion, a mental construct projecting outcomes that haven't occurred. By confronting fear with rational thought, you can weaken its grip on you. Ask yourself, are these threats genuine, or are they exaggerated to control me? By addressing fear logically, you can see through these manipulative strategies and reclaim your sense of agency. Flattery is another tool manipulators wield to cultivate feelings of specialness, fostering a sense of loyalty or dependence on their approval. They shower you with compliments, leading you to believe that only they recognize your true value. Yet this praise often comes with conditions. Once you become accustomed to their approval, they may withdraw it, making you feel as if you must constantly earn their admiration. Stoicism teaches that external validation is transient and unreliable. A Stoic derives worth from within, understanding that true value lies in living in accordance with one's principles, not in seeking the approval of others. By detaching from the need for external affirmation, you strip manipulators of one of their most potent tools. Another indicator of emotional control is when someone fosters a sense of obligation. They may offer you favors, assistance, or gifts, but these gestures often come with unspoken expectations. While they may appear kind, such actions are usually calculated to place you in a position where you feel indebted to them. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of reciprocity in relationships, but not in a transactional way. Genuine kindness is given freely, without any strings attached. Recognize that when someone's favors come with hidden expectations, it's a clear sign of manipulation. Set boundaries. True generosity does not require repayment, and your worth isn't determined by how much you can give in return. Manipulators also create confusion to maintain control. They may provide contradictory advice, shift their positions, or deliver mixed messages, leaving you uncertain about what to believe. This confusion is deliberate, designed to keep you dependent on them for clarity and direction. In contrast, Stoicism values simplicity and reason. When faced with confusion, it's essential to cut through the noise and focus on the core facts. What are the fundamental truths of the situation? Are you receiving clear, consistent information, or is the narrative muddled to keep you disoriented? By clarifying the situation, you can recognize manipulation for what it is: a strategy to keep you reliant on someone else's judgment. Isolation serves as a powerful tool for manipulators, enabling them to tighten their grip on you. They may subtly discourage you from seeking advice from others, suggesting that only they truly understand your situation or that others don't have your best interests at heart. Over time, this isolation fosters a dependency on them, making them your exclusive source of guidance and support. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of community and trustworthy relationships. No one should have the authority to sever your ties with those who care for you. Be aware when someone attempts to isolate you and actively work to reconnect with your support network. A genuine friend will encourage you to seek a variety of perspectives, not just their own. Additionally, manipulators excel at shifting blame. When things go awry, they redirect responsibility onto others, refusing to acknowledge their own faults. They may twist situations to make it appear as though you are to blame, even when their actions are clearly at fault. Stoicism teaches us to own our actions and to discern when others evade responsibility. If someone consistently blames others and never admits their mistakes, it's a clear indication they are manipulating the narrative to retain control. Stay resolute in recognizing the truth and clearly identify where accountability truly lies. Moreover, manipulators often exploit emotional highs and lows to keep you disoriented. One moment they may be warm, kind, and supportive, making you feel valued. The next, they might withdraw their affection, become distant, or even cold. This emotional roller coaster is designed to keep you chasing their approval, leaving you uncertain about your standing. Stoicism encourages us to seek emotional stability and resist being swayed by others' fluctuations. When someone's behavior is erratic and unpredictable, it often signals a desire for emotional control. By maintaining your center and not allowing their actions to dictate your mood, you reclaim control over your emotional state. Manipulation also flourishes in secrecy and the withholding of information. A manipulator may keep you unaware of critical details, revealing only what they wish you to know. This creates a power imbalance, as they control the flow of information. Stoicism values transparency and honesty in relationships. Information should be shared openly and equitably. If someone is intentionally withholding information to manipulate your decisions, it's a clear sign of deceit. Don't hesitate to ask direct questions and seek clarity. The more information you possess, the better equipped you are to make informed choices and liberate yourself from their control. Gaslighting is another common tactic used by manipulators, aimed at distorting your perception of reality and making you doubt your own judgment. They may deny their previous statements or actions, insist that you're misremembering events, or accuse you of being overly sensitive. Over time, this can erode your confidence, making you increasingly dependent on them for interpretation of situations. Stoicism encourages us to trust in our own reason and discernment. When someone tries to make you question your reality, it's a clear attempt at control. Stand firm in your perceptions, you know your experiences, and no one has the right to alter that truth. Additionally, manipulators foster a sense of dependency by positioning themselves as essential. They create challenges only to present themselves as the solution, establishing a cycle where you continually rely on them for guidance. Stoicism advocates for self-reliance and inner strength. You have the capability to make decisions and solve problems independently, without needing another's approval. By recognizing attempts to create dependency, you can reclaim your autonomy and break free from their influence. The Stoic approach to recognizing emotional manipulation also includes being aware when someone seeks to undermine your confidence. Manipulators often employ subtle, cutting remarks or backhanded compliments that make you question your abilities. Though these comments may seem innocuous, they gradually erode your self-esteem. Stoicism teaches that our worth is intrinsic, defined by our alignment with personal principles rather than the opinions of others. When you identify someone trying to chip away at your confidence, remind yourself of your strengths. Their words do not define you. Furthermore, manipulators often resort to distraction to evade accountability. When confronted, they may shift the conversation to unrelated topics or create new issues, diverting attention away from their behavior. This tactic prevents you from holding them accountable and allows their manipulation to persist unchecked. Stoicism highlights the importance of focusing on what truly matters. When someone tries to distract you from the main issue, steer the conversation back to the facts. Don't let them derail the discussion. By maintaining focus, you can ensure they face the consequences of their actions. If you've connected with my voice and this video so far, think about it, why not subscribe? Your support makes this journey even more enriching. If you enjoyed this content, please subscribe and join us on this path. Your single click can make a difference in someone else's life too. Let's grow together. Manipulation is a subtle yet powerful form of control, but with the clarity and wisdom of Stoicism, you can recognize and dismantle it. By grounding yourself in reason, observing without bias, and trusting your perceptions, you can see through emotional manipulation and reclaim your autonomy. The key to resisting manipulation lies in recognizing it for what it is, a tool wielded by those seeking power over others. Once you identify it, you gain the strength to counter it. Stoicism empowers you to stay true to your principles, trust your judgment, and resist the influence of manipulative tactics. With this inner strength, you can protect yourself from emotional control and lead a life of true freedom. When guided by your own reason and virtue, the absence of empathy and cruelty becomes evident as reflections of a deeper malice within a person's character. While manipulation may obscure someone's true intentions, cruelty removes any ambiguity, leaving no room for misunderstanding. When a person fails to acknowledge or care for the pain they inflict, they expose a troubling lack of humanity. Stoicism provides us with the tools to recognize these signs early, shielding ourselves from their toxic effects. Find headings and bold all heading without changing anything else. From a Stoic perspective, we are all interconnected, sharing experiences and emotions that weave the fabric of our relationships. A person who lacks empathy, who views the suffering of others with indifference or even satisfaction, detaches themselves from this human bond. They do not partake in shared joys or sorrows. Instead, they see others as objects to exploit or discard. This disconnection is a clear indicator of malice. Stoicism encourages us to observe not only how people treat those they wish to impress, but also how they treat those from whom they gain nothing. If someone consistently treats others as mere tools rather than fellow human beings, it signals a profound cruelty. The absence of empathy poses significant danger, as it enables malicious individuals to justify their harmful actions without remorse. They view others as obstacles or stepping stones, using cruelty to achieve their own ends. They may downplay the impact of their actions or rationalize them as necessary. Stoicism urges us to look beyond the surface and question the motivations behind a person's behavior. Someone who persistently seeks to justify cruelty or harm often reveals the deeper malice that drives them. They may argue that their actions are deserved or that they had no choice, but their lack of concern for the consequences speaks volumes about their true character. In dealings with individuals who lack empathy, a clear pattern of manipulation and control often emerges. These individuals may feign concern to achieve their objectives, but quickly dismiss the pain of others once their needs are satisfied. This inconsistency serves as a strong indicator of malice. Stoicism teaches that a virtuous person acts consistently, regardless of circumstances. If someone only shows empathy when it serves their interests, they are not genuinely empathetic. Instead, they wield empathy as a manipulative tool, revealing their cruelty when they no longer feel the need to maintain a facade of kindness. Another sign of cruelty is the enjoyment of others' suffering. Whether through mockery, belittlement, or outright aggression, those who display cruelty often derive pleasure from witnessing others in pain. They may disguise their harmful actions as jokes or assert they are merely being honest, yet their true intent is evident. Stoicism advises us to remain composed in the face of such behavior, observing it for what it is, a manifestation of deep malice. Those who take joy in inflicting harm reveal their true nature through their actions, making their lack of empathy impossible to overlook. Cruelty frequently extends to how a person wields power. When given authority, those lacking empathy tend to use it to dominate and control others. They view power as a means to assert their superiority, often at the expense of those they deem weaker or less valuable. Stoicism teaches that true strength lies in self-control and wisdom, not in subjugating others. When someone abuses their power to belittle or harm, they are showcasing their cruelty in its most blatant form. They may claim their actions are justified, but the reality is that their cruelty arises from a desire to maintain dominance through fear. Individuals with cruel tendencies often show little to no remorse for their actions. They may inflict pain and cause emotional damage, yet they rarely acknowledge the consequences of their behavior. They might even go as far as to blame the victim, suggesting that the harmed individual deserved what happened. Stoicism teaches the importance of taking responsibility for our actions and reflecting on the potential harm we may cause to others. In contrast, those with cruel hearts lack the capacity for self-reflection. They deflect blame and evade confronting the reality of their actions, which is another clear sign of malice. Additionally, a lack of empathy often manifests in how a person handles vulnerability. Those devoid of empathy are quick to exploit the weaknesses of others. They might take advantage of someone's trust, use personal information against them, or manipulate vulnerabilities for their own gain. Stoicism teaches us to safeguard our vulnerabilities and be discerning about whom we share them with. When someone consistently weaponizes another's pain or insecurities, they demonstrate a profound lack of empathy and a willingness to cause harm. Their actions are calculated and reveal the depth of their cruelty. In both personal and professional relationships, cruelty often becomes apparent in how someone reacts to the success or joy of others. A person lacking empathy may respond with jealousy or bitterness, unable to genuinely celebrate others' happiness. They might undermine achievements or belittle joy through subtle remarks or passive-aggressive behavior aimed at diminishing another's accomplishments. Stoicism encourages us to rejoice in the successes of others, recognizing that someone else's joy does not detract from our own. When someone consistently reacts negatively to the happiness of others, it signals that they are driven by malice and envy. Cruelty also surfaces in how a person manages conflict. Individuals lacking empathy often escalate conflicts instead of seeking resolution. They may use arguments as opportunities to hurt or humiliate others rather than working towards understanding or compromise. Stoicism promotes remaining calm and composed during conflicts, striving for fair and just solutions. Someone who consistently uses conflict to inflict emotional harm rather than resolve differences is revealing their malicious intent. They are not interested in resolution, they seek power and control. A clear indicator of a lack of empathy is indifference towards the suffering of others. A person with a cruel disposition may observe someone in pain, be it emotional or physical, and feel nothing at all. Even worse, they might express indifference or mock the individual for their suffering. This emotional detachment from the shared human experience is a strong sign of malice. Stoicism teaches that while we cannot control others' suffering, we can choose our responses with kindness, compassion, and support. A person who routinely meets suffering with indifference is disconnected from these virtues, highlighting their lack of empathy and capacity for cruelty. Furthermore, cruelty and a lack of empathy often coexist with a sense of superiority. Those who exhibit these traits typically view themselves as superior to others, whether intellectually, morally, or socially. This inflated self-perception allows them to justify their cruel actions, believing they have the right to treat others with disdain. Stoicism advocates for humility, reminding us that we are all equal in our shared humanity. When someone behaves as if they are above others, using cruelty to reinforce their sense of superiority, they reveal their true character. They are motivated not by virtue, but by malice and arrogance. As we explore how cruelty and a lack of empathy signify deeper malice, it becomes evident that these traits do not exist in isolation. They often intertwine with other negative qualities like hypocrisy and envy, compounding the harm they inflict. Recognizing these traits early, through a Stoic lens, enables us to safeguard ourselves and nurture relationships rooted in trust, kindness, and mutual respect. Stoicism equips us with the insight to see through layers of cruelty and indifference, aiding us in navigating a world where malice often masquerades behind a veneer of civility. Cruelty and a lack of empathy reveal the darkness within a person's soul, yet these traits rarely stand alone. They are often accompanied by the more subtle characteristic of hypocrisy. While cruelty and indifference can be directly observed in their impact on others, hypocrisy hides behind a facade of virtue, pretending to uphold moral values that the person actually disregards. This deceptive appearance allows hypocrites to mislead others into thinking they are trustworthy and good while quietly pursuing their own interests. To truly grasp the extent of malice in someone's character, we must learn to uncover hypocrisy, which demands keen observation and unwavering integrity. Stoicism provides the framework to pierce these false facades as to reveal the truths concealed beneath. Hypocrisy flourishes in environments where words serve as a shield. Hypocrites excel at using moral or virtuous language to cast themselves in a positive light. They may speak of honesty, loyalty, and justice, but their actions consistently fail to reflect these ideals. This disconnect between their words and actions is where hypocrisy starts to surface. Stoicism teaches that words hold little weight unless backed by consistent behavior. A Stoic looks beyond the surface, paying attention to whether a person's actions align with the values they profess. It is through this careful observation that hypocrisy becomes apparent. Hypocrites often create confusion by aligning themselves with noble causes or associating with virtuous individuals, hoping these connections will shield them from scrutiny. They may present themselves as champions of a cause or as community pillars, but their involvement is often superficial, driven by self-interest rather than genuine commitment to make a difference. Stoicism reminds us not to be swayed by appearances or associations. A person's true nature is revealed by their individual actions, not by the company they keep. When someone's public persona does not match their private behavior, their hypocrisy is exposed. One clear sign of hypocrisy is how a person applies moral standards. Hypocrites often impose high expectations on others while exempting themselves from the same standards. They readily point out others' flaws, holding them accountable for minor mistakes, yet when their own actions come under scrutiny, they offer endless justifications. In contrast, Stoicism promotes equal judgment, teaching that we must hold ourselves to the same standards we expect from others. When someone judges you by different criteria than they apply to themselves, it signals clear hypocrisy. Stoicism encourages fairness in our assessments of both ourselves and others. Hypocrites often seek praise for their supposed virtue, engaging in what is known as virtue signaling. They make grand statements about their moral beliefs, not because they truly embody those values, but to appear virtuous to others. This performative morality is hollow and self-serving. Stoicism values quiet, consistent action over empty proclamations. A Stoic does not feel the need to broadcast their virtues; their actions speak for themselves. When someone continuously seeks to showcase their moral superiority, especially when their actions contradict their words, they expose their hypocrisy. They also excel at controlling the narrative surrounding their behavior. Hypocrites are skilled at spinning situations to appear virtuous, even when their actions suggest otherwise. They may concoct elaborate justifications for their behavior, shifting blame onto others or reframing self-serving actions as benevolent. Stoicism teaches us to focus on the facts, cutting through distortion to uncover the truth. A Stoic remains unmoved by clever rhetoric or manipulative storytelling. When confronted with someone who consistently attempts to control the narrative for their advantage, it is crucial to recognize this as a tactic often used to conceal hypocrisy. One common tactic employed by hypocrites is selective compassion. They may express concern for specific issues or individuals when it serves their interests, but ignore or minimize suffering when there's nothing to gain. This inconsistent display of empathy is a clear hallmark of hypocrisy. Stoicism teaches that genuine compassion is unwavering and sincere, a true desire to alleviate suffering without expectation of personal benefit. When someone's compassion appears to fluctuate based on circumstances, it indicates their empathy lacks authenticity, serving merely to uphold a false moral image. Hypocrites often operate behind the veil of power or authority, believing their status protects them from accountability. They may lean on their reputation or past achievements to deflect criticism, expecting others to overlook their inconsistencies. However, Stoicism asserts that no one is above accountability. A true Stoic recognizes that authority and status do not exempt one from ethical behavior. When someone uses their position to evade criticism or shirk responsibility, it reveals a clear hypocrisy. Their unwillingness to adhere to the same standards as others uncovers their true character. A key element in exposing hypocrisy lies in observing how an individual responds when confronted with their inconsistencies. A hypocrite typically reacts defensively, with anger or denial when their actions are questioned. They may attempt to shift blame or claim misunderstandings. Stoicism emphasizes the value of accepting criticism with humility and viewing it as an opportunity for growth. If someone cannot face accountability for their actions, they likely hide behind a deceptive facade. Their refusal to engage with honest feedback indicates a greater concern for maintaining their image than for living authentically. Hypocrites often display an inflated sense of self-righteousness, perceiving themselves as morally superior and quick to judge those who fail to meet their standards. Yet this self-righteousness often masks their own shortcomings. They project an image of moral purity while quietly engaging in the very behaviors they condemn. Stoicism teaches that true virtue is not about judging others, but about continuous self-improvement. A Stoic does not need to elevate themselves by disparaging others. When someone consistently acts with self-righteousness, it signals they are projecting a false sense of superiority to conceal their own hypocrisy. Hypocrisy also emerges in how a person navigates adversity. A hypocrite may maintain their virtuous facade during favorable times, but their true character often surfaces in difficult moments. They may discard their stated principles when it becomes inconvenient or when adhering to them incurs a personal cost. Stoicism teaches that adversity is the ultimate character test. A person's values should remain steadfast, even when it's challenging to uphold them. When someone readily abandons their moral principles in tough situations, it indicates those principles were never genuinely part of their character. Another unmistakable sign of hypocrisy is the use of moral outrage as a manipulation tool. Hypocrites often feign outrage over issues that align with their agenda, leveraging emotional appeals to garner support or divert attention from their own flaws. This performative outrage lacks genuine concern and is instead a tactic to sway others to their side. Stoicism promotes emotional control, urging us to respond with reason rather than succumbing to emotional displays. When someone's outrage appears disproportionate or opportunistic, it's crucial to question whether their motives are sincere or if they're using emotion manipulatively. Lastly, hypocrisy can be revealed through consistent patterns of behavior. While a hypocrite may maintain their false facade for a while, their true nature eventually surfaces through repeated inconsistencies. They might deceive others temporarily, but over time their actions will betray their words. Stoicism encourages patience and careful observation. A Stoic refrains from hasty judgments, waiting for behavioral patterns to emerge. When someone consistently fails to embody the values they profess, their true character will ultimately be revealed. Hypocrisy becomes glaringly apparent. It is one of the most deceitful forms of malice, cloaked in a guise of virtue and morality. However, with the insights offered by Stoicism, such as keen observation, integrity, and rational thinking, we can unveil hypocrisy for what it truly is. By prioritizing actions over mere words, maintaining fairness in our judgments, and resisting emotional manipulation, we can see through the false images that hypocrites construct. Ultimately, Stoicism urges us not only to identify hypocrisy in others, but also to hold ourselves to a high standard, ensuring our actions align with the values we profess. While hypocrisy allows individuals to conceal themselves behind false virtues, beneath that facade often lies something even more corrosive: envy. This relentless envy is a subtle form of malice that festers quietly, breeding resentment toward the success, happiness, or possessions of others. While hypocrisy may involve crafting a deceptive image, envy operates through bitterness, gradually undermining the goodwill expected in healthy relationships. Stoicism provides invaluable insights for recognizing the signs of envy, helping us shield ourselves from its toxic effects on our lives and relationships. Envy often starts quietly, going unnoticed by its target. It may manifest in small, seemingly innocuous comments or actions. Yet, those driven by envy tend to belittle or dismiss the achievements of others, subtly undermining their success. They might downplay your accomplishments, attributing them more to luck than to skill, or suggesting that your success is temporary. Stoicism teaches us to remain grounded in our own self-assessment, unaffected by external opinions. By understanding the importance of separating our self-worth from outside validation, we can recognize these subtle attempts to diminish our achievements for what they are: envy. Those consumed by envy may disguise their jealousy as concern or advice, questioning whether you've made the right choices or expressing doubts about the sustainability of your success. While their comments may appear well-intentioned, they often carry an underlying desire to erode your confidence. Stoicism advises against allowing others' opinions to shape our view of our choices. By staying true to our values and critically assessing the feedback we receive, we can discern when someone's advice is tainted by envy rather than genuine concern. Envy also reveals itself through comparison. An envious person constantly measures themselves against others, and when they feel inadequate in those comparisons, resentment follows. They may downplay others' successes by fixating on superficial or irrelevant details, diverting conversations toward their own perceived shortcomings. Stoicism encourages us to avoid the trap of comparison altogether. Each individual follows a unique path, and comparing our journey to someone else's is both irrational and detrimental. When you notice someone frequently comparing themselves to others, especially when their comparisons aim to belittle others' successes, it's often a clear indication that envy is at play. Another manifestation of envy appears in how a person responds to your happiness or good fortune. Rather than sharing in your joy, someone plagued by envy may appear disinterested or offer half-hearted congratulations. They might even find subtle ways to redirect the conversation back to themselves, steering attention away from your achievements. Stoicism reminds us that true joy originates from within, and relying on others to validate or share in our happiness can leave us exposed to their envy. When someone cannot fully celebrate your victories, it often stems from their own feelings of inadequacy, which only feeds their envy. Individuals ruled by envy are also quick to criticize, especially when they perceive a threat from another's accomplishments. This criticism may manifest as harsh judgments, rumors, or gossip aimed at tarnishing the reputation of the person they envy. Stoicism teaches us to view such behavior with detachment, recognizing that it arises from the envious individual's insecurities rather than any genuine flaws in their target. When you observe someone consistently disparaging others behind their backs, particularly those who have recently achieved success, you are likely witnessing envy in action. Envy can drive individuals to actively undermine the success or happiness of others. They might attempt to sabotage someone's efforts, provide misleading advice, or spread rumors designed to instill doubt or mistrust. This behavior often masquerades as helpfulness or concern, but its true purpose is to hinder those they envy from achieving more. Stoicism, emphasizing integrity and rationality, helps us see through these deceptive actions. If someone's assistance consistently seems to derail your progress or create unnecessary obstacles, it's worth considering whether envy is motivating their behavior. An envious person often struggles to express genuine gratitude or appreciation for their own circumstances. Their attention is perpetually fixed on what others possess or achieve, leaving them dissatisfied with their own lives. They may frequently complain, focusing on their perceived shortcomings rather than valuing what they have. Stoicism teaches the importance of gratitude, reminding us that true contentment arises from appreciating the present moment and our existing blessings. When you encounter someone who fixates on others' successes, perpetually dissatisfied with their own situation, you are witnessing the damaging effects of envy. Envy can also surface through passive-aggressive behavior. Instead of overtly expressing jealousy, an envious person may engage in subtle actions designed to irritate or undermine those they envy. They might deliver backhanded compliments, make sarcastic remarks, or behave in ways meant to provoke. Stoicism encourages us to maintain composure in response to such behavior, recognizing it as a reflection of the other person's internal struggles rather than a commentary on our worth. By remaining calm and not reacting to their provocations, we can prevent envy from taking root in our hearts. Another indication of envy is a person's inability to feel joy when others succeed. Instead of feeling inspired by another's achievements, an envious individual may feel threatened. They might harbor secret resentment toward those who accomplish what they cannot, and this bitterness can gradually poison relationships, transforming admiration into hostility. Stoicism teaches us to view others' successes as distinct from our own, understanding that one person's achievements do not diminish our potential. When someone consistently reacts negatively to the successes of others, it often stems from envy rather than healthy competition. People driven by envy frequently adopt a scarcity mindset, believing that success, happiness, and wealth are limited resources. This perspective leads them to resent others who appear to have more, as they perceive that there is less available for themselves. Stoicism, in contrast, advocates for an abundance mindset, recognizing that opportunities in life are not finite and that one person's success does not impede our own. When you encounter someone who sees every achievement as a threat, it's a clear sign that envy shapes their worldview. Envy can also manifest in how someone reacts to failure, both their own and others. An envious person may take pleasure in the misfortunes of others, viewing setbacks as a leveling of the playing field. Conversely, when they face failure, they may respond with extreme bitterness or self-pity, struggling with the idea that others are succeeding while they are not. Stoicism teaches us to handle both success and failure with grace, recognizing that neither defines our worth. When someone appears to revel in others' failures or reacts disproportionately to their own setbacks, envy is often at play. Those consumed by envy rarely keep their feelings to themselves. They may seek to recruit others into their resentment, spreading negativity through gossip or subtle manipulation. By sowing doubt and criticism, they hope to pull others down to their level, creating an environment where genuine celebration of success becomes uncomfortable. Stoicism emphasizes the need to stand firm in our values and not be dragged into others' negativity. If you notice someone trying to spread their envy to others, it's a clear sign they aim to create a toxic atmosphere that nurtures their jealousy. One of the most damaging aspects of envy is its potential to destroy relationships. Jealous individuals may become distant or hostile toward those they once considered friends. Unable to cope with the feelings of inadequacy triggered by others' successes, they may withdraw, sabotage the relationship, or let their resentment fester into outright hostility. Stoicism reminds us to approach relationships with sincerity and honesty, valuing connection over competition. If you sense a shift in a relationship where the other person becomes colder or more distant following your successes, it often indicates that envy has taken root. Ultimately, envy is a destructive force that harms not only the individual who experiences it, but also those around them. It creates divisions, fosters resentment, and hinders authentic connections. Stoicism offers a framework for recognizing and confronting envy within ourselves and others. By remaining grounded in our values, resisting the urge to compare ourselves to others, and cultivating gratitude for what we have, we can protect ourselves from the toxic influence of envy. When you start to see signs of relentless jealousy in those around you, it's crucial to shield yourself from its corrosive impact while continuing to nurture a life rooted in virtue, contentment, and inner peace. Envy often reveals itself through subtle remarks and passive-aggressive actions, but an even quieter form of malice can linger in plain sight, hidden hostility. While envy may simmer beneath the surface, hostility can be carefully masked, concealed behind smiles, politeness, or feigned kindness. This hidden animosity can be the most dangerous, silently eroding trust and stability in relationships. The Stoic practice of silent observation provides a powerful means of uncovering these concealed threats. By remaining calm and focused, we can observe the true nature of those around us, allowing their actions rather than their words to reveal their intentions. Hostility is not always expressed through overt anger or confrontation. In fact, those harboring hidden hostility often go to great lengths to disguise their feelings. They may appear agreeable, even supportive, while quietly working against you behind the scenes. The power of silence in Stoicism is not about passivity or withdrawal, but about creating space for observation. By choosing not to react immediately, we give ourselves the chance to see the underlying dynamics at play. Those with hidden hostility will often reveal themselves in subtle ways through body language, tone, or small inconsistencies in their behavior. In these moments of silence, their true feelings often come to light. Silence helps us avoid the trap of emotional reaction. Individuals with hidden hostility may attempt to provoke a response from you, subtly testing your patience or seeking to create conflict. When you react emotionally, you lose clarity and become entangled in their drama. Stoicism teaches the importance of emotional detachment, allowing us to remain unaffected by the actions of others. By opting for silence, we remove the fuel that these individuals need to escalate tension. Instead of reacting to their provocations, we observe how they respond in situations where they cannot manipulate the outcome. This silence often unsettles those with hostile intentions, as they rely on your emotional responses to further their agenda. Hidden hostility also surfaces in how a person deals with power and influence. Someone who is secretly hostile may seem cooperative on the surface, but they will subtly sabotage your efforts when the opportunity arises. They might withhold essential information, delay crucial decisions, or create barriers that hinder your success. The patience afforded by Stoic silence allows us to recognize these behavioral patterns without rushing to judgment. By observing over time, we can see how their hostility manifests through actions, even when their words suggest otherwise. Silence serves as a tool for gathering insights, enabling us to see the broader picture without being swayed by fleeting frustrations. Another advantage of silence is that it creates space for others to reveal their true selves. Individuals harboring hidden hostility may fill the silence with unnecessary explanations or justifications, providing more information than required. This overcompensation often signals guilt or insecurity as they attempt to mask their true intentions. Stoicism teaches us the wisdom of allowing others to speak, permitting them to fill the quiet with their own words. As they continue to talk, they often expose more than they intend, revealing the cracks in their facade. By remaining silent and attentive, we allow them to disclose the very hostility they strive to conceal. Hidden hostility often reveals itself in how individuals respond to your success or happiness. While they may offer congratulations, the sincerity of their words is often lacking, and their body language may expose their true emotions. They might quickly change the topic, minimize your achievements, or subtly redirect attention to themselves. In such instances, silence enables us to observe without drawing attention to their behavior. We become aware of the discrepancies between their words and actions, recognizing that their seemingly positive demeanor masks deeper resentment. The Stoic practice of non-judgmental observation grants us the clarity to detect these subtle cues without allowing them to diminish our joy or sense of accomplishment. At times, hidden hostility manifests as passive aggression rather than outright confrontation. The hostile individual may resort to sarcasm, backhanded compliments, or minor acts of sabotage to convey their resentment. These actions are often too subtle for direct confrontation, yet they create an atmosphere of unease and tension. Stoic silence aids us in navigating these dynamics without becoming embroiled in conflict. By remaining composed and refraining from reacting to their provocations, we deny them the power they seek. Over time, their passive-aggressive tendencies become more apparent, revealing their hostility as an effort to undermine without owning up to their actions. Moreover, silence acts as a mirror for those harboring hostility. When they encounter someone unwilling to engage in their games, they are compelled to reflect on their own behavior. The quiet confidence that comes with Stoic silence leaves no room for manipulation or deceit. Instead of reacting defensively or emotionally, we maintain our steadiness, allowing them to reveal their true selves through their escalating frustration. This approach often disarms those with hidden hostility, as they depend on conflict and chaos to exert control. When that control is stripped away, their hostility becomes clearer, forcing them to confront the discomfort stemming from their own actions. Hidden hostility often manifests through the deliberate creation of unnecessary obstacles. Someone harboring resentment might go out of their way to complicate your efforts, employing subtle tactics that are difficult to address directly. They may present themselves as following the rules or acting in your best interest, but their underlying intention is to hinder your progress or provoke frustration. Stoic silence enables us to recognize these patterns without becoming ensnared in the irritation they aim to provoke. By observing calmly, we can discern the motives behind their behavior and respond with reason instead of emotion, empowering us to navigate these challenges without losing our composure. Additionally, hidden hostility frequently reveals itself in how a person speaks about others. An individual with secret resentment may indulge in gossip or negativity about those they perceive as rivals. Instead of confronting their targets directly, they will undermine their reputations in private, spreading rumors or instilling doubt. Stoicism teaches us to refrain from engaging in gossip or negative discourse, as it leads to unnecessary conflict and diverts us from our personal growth. By remaining silent in such instances, we protect our integrity and gain insight into the true nature of the speaker. Their hidden hostility becomes apparent through their words and actions toward others. The Stoic approach to silence also encourages us to observe how a person reacts when they are no longer in control. Those who harbor hidden hostility often thrive in environments where they can manipulate outcomes. However, when they lose that control, their frustration and resentment tend to emerge. They may become irritable, defensive, or even aggressive when things don't unfold as they wish. By allowing situations to develop without interference, we can observe how they manage circumstances beyond their control. Their inability to maintain composure reveals the hostility they've tried to mask, providing us with valuable insight into their true character. Furthermore, hidden hostility can be detected by noting how someone behaves during moments of silence. When conversation pauses or attention shifts away from them, they might quickly feel uncomfortable, attempting to fill the void with words or actions that reassert their presence. This discomfort with silence often indicates an underlying insecurity or resentment, stemming from a fear of losing control of the narrative. Stoicism teaches us to embrace silence as a tool for reflection and observation. When others struggle with silence, it may reveal deeper issues lurking beneath their composed facade. The power of silence lies in its ability to uncover what remains hidden. By choosing not to react, avoid unnecessary conflict, and resist being drawn into others' emotional games, we create a space for truth to emerge. Those with hidden hostility rely on chaos and reaction to conceal their malice, but when faced with calm, steady silence, their hostility becomes harder to disguise. Through careful observation, we can spot inconsistencies, small cracks in their facade, and subtle signs that betray their true feelings. Silence then becomes our strongest ally in revealing the hidden threats beneath the surface. As we cultivate the practice of Stoic silence, we enhance our ability to see through the illusions that others create. Hostility, no matter how well concealed, cannot withstand the clarity that arises from quiet observation. By remaining grounded in our own integrity and resisting the manipulations of others, we gain the power to shield ourselves from the damage that hidden hostility can inflict. Stoicism reminds us that in silence, we discover strength, and through observation, we uncover the truth. Once hidden hostility is revealed through silence and keen observation, it lays bare the subtle yet perilous intentions of those aiming to inflict harm. The next challenge is to shield yourself from such individuals without succumbing to unnecessary conflict. Confronting malicious people often spirals into chaos and emotional turmoil. However, Stoicism provides a pathway to preserve your inner peace, enabling you to avoid entanglement in their toxic behavior. It's not about fleeing the issue, but rather mastering the art of disengagement and establishing firm boundaries. Safeguarding your peace doesn't equate to evading all conflict. Instead, it involves choosing your battles wisely and recognizing that some fights simply don't merit your energy. Malicious individuals thrive on discord, using arguments, manipulation, and emotional games to provoke reactions and create turmoil. They derive power from conflict, reveling in seeing others lose their composure. Stoicism teaches us to remain composed in the face of provocation, denying them the satisfaction of a heated reaction. By maintaining emotional detachment, you strip them of the power they seek. This is not an act of capitulation, but a strategic means of shielding yourself from their negativity. When you refuse to get entangled in their conflicts, you retain control over your own peace of mind. A crucial strategy for sidestepping conflict with malicious individuals is acknowledging that you aren't obligated to engage in every argument. Such individuals often bait others into fruitless debates, not in search of resolution, but for the chaos that conflict brings. Stoicism empowers us to choose our responses. Just because someone provokes you doesn't mean you must respond. In fact, silence and restraint can often wield more power than words spoken in anger. By choosing not to engage, you deny them the chance to escalate the situation. Malicious people frequently resort to personal attacks to undermine your confidence and elicit emotional reactions. They may criticize your character, question your choices, or dredge up past mistakes to provoke you. Stoicism encourages us to recognize these attacks for what they are: attempts to destabilize you emotionally. Rather than reacting defensively, a Stoic focuses on what is within their control, their own thoughts and actions. Remaining composed in the face of such personal assaults robs them of their power over you. Your self-worth should never hinge on the opinions or criticisms of malicious individuals. Another effective method for avoiding conflict is to establish clear boundaries. Malicious individuals often test the limits of what is acceptable, pushing to see how far they can go before you react. They may invade your personal space, overstep conversational boundaries, or make unreasonable demands. Stoicism emphasizes the necessity of maintaining firm emotional and physical boundaries. By clearly defining what you will and will not accept, you shield yourself from manipulation or control by others. When your boundaries are well established and consistent, malicious individuals are less likely to provoke conflict, as they realize they cannot easily manipulate or unsettle you. The Stoic practice of self-reflection is also vital in avoiding conflict. Malicious individuals often attempt to sow doubt, planting seeds of insecurity or guilt to manipulate your emotions. By regularly reflecting on your actions, motivations, and values, you can remain anchored in your own sense of integrity. When you are confident in who you are and the choices you make, it becomes significantly harder for others to provoke feelings of doubt or guilt. Self-reflection allows you to see through manipulative tactics, empowering you to stand firm in your truth without feeling the need to justify yourself to those who thrive on conflict. Malicious individuals often create drama, fostering tension among others to instigate division and exert control. They may spread rumors, exaggerate disputes, or pit people against each other, cultivating an environment of instability. Stoicism teaches us to avoid getting entangled in these dramas by maintaining emotional detachment. When confronted with rumors or attempts to incite conflict, a Stoic focuses on facts rather than speculation or hearsay. By choosing not to engage in gossip or drama, You safeguard your peace and evade the chaos that such individuals tend to create. This detachment enables you to remain neutral in situations where others are being manipulated, allowing you to see the truth without becoming emotionally invested. Another essential Stoic principle is recognizing that you cannot control others' actions, only your responses. Malicious people may act in hurtful or deceitful ways, but how you choose to respond is entirely within your control. Accepting that you cannot change their behavior liberates you from the frustration that arises from trying to alter their actions. Stoicism encourages us to concentrate on our own conduct, ensuring that we remain aligned with our values, regardless of how others behave. When you stop attempting to control or change those with malicious intent, you reclaim your power and protect your peace of mind. In the pursuit of avoiding conflict, it's also vital to understand when stepping away is the best option. Malicious individuals often thrive on prolonged engagement, drawing out conflicts to wear you down. Stoicism teaches that not every battle is worth fighting. Recognizing when to disengage and walk away from situations that don't serve you is a mark of wisdom and self-preservation. Walking away isn't a sign of weakness, it's a demonstration of strength, allowing you to conserve your energy for matters that truly matter rather than squandering it on draining conflicts. Another key to sidestepping conflict is practicing empathy without becoming emotionally entangled. Malicious behavior often stems from unresolved issues, insecurities, or personal pain. While this doesn't justify their actions, understanding their motivations can help you avoid taking their behavior personally. Stoicism encourages us to extend compassion from a distance, acknowledging the struggles of others without getting pulled into their emotional upheaval. By recognizing that their hostility reflects their inner turmoil, you can maintain your peace while treating them with dignity and respect. A Stoic approach to conflict also emphasizes patience. Malicious individuals may attempt to provoke quick reactions, pressing your buttons in hopes of eliciting an emotional outburst. However, Stoicism values patience, allowing emotions to settle before responding. By taking a step back and giving yourself time to reflect before reacting, you can avoid unnecessary conflict. This measured approach often diffuses tense situations, as malicious individuals are left without the emotional response they sought. Furthermore, Stoicism highlights the significance of inner peace over external validation. Malicious individuals may attempt to provoke you by attacking your reputation or questioning your choices publicly. They aim to put you on the defensive, compelling you to justify yourself in front of others. Stoicism teaches that true peace originates from within, not from others' approval. When you are secure in your integrity and values, the opinions of others lose their power over you. By refraining from engaging in public disputes or defending yourself against unfounded attacks, you protect your peace and demonstrate that your worth is not dictated by others' judgments. Ultimately, Stoicism teaches us the strength found in acceptance. Malicious individuals exist, and their behaviors may remain unchanged. Attempting to reform or fix them can lead to frustration and conflict. Instead, Stoicism encourages us to acknowledge that some people will always seek discord and harm, but we need not engage in their games. This acceptance empowers us to move forward with clarity and peace, knowing we've chosen to avoid unnecessary confrontations. It's not about surrendering, it's about recognizing what is within our control and prioritizing our peace above all else. By employing Stoic practices such as emotional detachment, patience, self-reflection, and establishing boundaries, you can steer clear of conflict with malicious individuals. These strategies help you maintain your inner tranquility, even when faced with hostility, ensuring you remain anchored in your values without being swayed by others' negativity. In choosing to safeguard your peace, you reclaim your power and refuse to become a pawn in someone else's game of conflict and manipulation. Stoicism provides a pathway to navigate the complexities of human relationships while preserving your well-being, illustrating that sometimes the most effective response is simply no response at all. As we've explored the unmistakable signs of malicious behavior through the lens of Stoicism, remember that the ability to protect your peace resides within you. Whether confronting deception, manipulation, envy, or hidden hostility, Stoic wisdom equips you with the tools to handle these toxic behaviors. By staying true to your values, observing without reacting, and setting firm boundaries, you can rise above negativity and shield yourself from harmful influences. Now, it's your turn to reflect. Have you noticed any of these signs in your own life? Share your experiences in the comments below. We learn best together. If you found this video valuable, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can access future insights that will help you master your mindset and cultivate true inner peace. Let's continue this journey of growth and empowerment together. If you've connected with my voice and this video so far, think about it. Why not subscribe? Your support makes this journey even more enriching. If you enjoyed this content, please subscribe and join us on this path. Your single click can make a difference in someone else's life too. Let's grow together.